Itsy Bitsy Teenie Weenie Yellow Polka Dot Bikini is a novelty song telling the story of a shy girl wearing a revealing polka dot bikini at the beach. It was written by Paul Vance and Pockriss and first released in June 1960 by Brian Hyland with orchestra conducted by John Dixon. History and lyrics. Hyland's version hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on August 8, 1960 and also made the top 10 in other countries, including number 8 on the UK singles chart. The story told through the 3 verses of the song is as follows: the young lady is too afraid to leave the locker where she has changed into her bikini. She has made it to the beach but sits on the sand wrapped in a blanket. And she has finally gone into the ocean, but is too afraid to come out, and stays immersed in the water despite the fact that she's turning blue to hide herself from view. Trudy Packer recited the phrases 1, 2, 3, 4/tell the people what she wore, heard at the end of each verse before the chorus. And stick around, we'll tell you more, heard after the first chorus and before the start of the second verse. Ownership controversy. In September 2006, the song's co-writer Paul Vance read his own mistaken obituary. The obituary was of another man, Paul Van Valkenburg, who claimed to have written the song under the name Paul Vance. The imposter explained his lack of royalty payments for the song by claiming that he'd sold the rights as a teenager. Vance, the song's true co-author, has earned several $1 million from the song since 1960, describing it as a money machine. Impact. At a time when bikini bathing suits were still seen as too risky a copyright to be mainstream, the song prompted a sudden takeoff in bikini sales and is credited as being one of the earliest contributors to the acceptance of the suit in society. The early 1960s saw a slew of surf movies and other film and television productions that rapidly built on the song's momentum. In other media, the song was featured in the 1961 Billy Wilder film comedy 1, 2, 3 in a key scene. The character Otto, suspected of being a spy, is being tortured by East German police playing the song to him repetitively, eventually with the record off-center to create a weird howling variation of pitch. The actual recording was re-released in 1962 to capitalize on the film's success, but it did not re-chart. A faster version of the song appears on North American commercials for Yoplait Light Yogurt in 2006. The song is also used in a television commercial for the YWCA, and in films such as Sister Act 2 and Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise. The song was also featured in the 1981 Aparna Sen film 36 Charunay Lane. Cover versions and parodies. There have been cover versions in many languages. A French and Italian version by Dalida in 1960. French version reached number 1 in France in 1960/1961. Another French version of the song, by the French singer Richard Anthony titled Itsy Bitsy Teenie Bikini in 1960. This version is used in the last shots and credits of the movie A Good Year. German version with Club Honolulu in 1960. German punk band Die Toten Hosen covered the Club Honolulu version on their 1987 cover album Nevermind the Hosen, Here's Die Rotten Rosen. It was released as a promo single under the alias Die Rotten Rosen. Also, on the 2007 re-release, the English version was added as a bonus track. Bombalurina version was released in 1990. It featured Timmy Mallet, star of then-popular United Kingdom children's television show, Wackaday. The song reached number 1 in the UK singles chart on August 19, 1990. A cover version was made by Davo on the CD Pioneers Who Got Scalped. The video featured Timmy Mallet along with 2 dancers, Dawn and Annie. Dawn later went on to marry Gary Barlow of Take That fame. The Davo version of the song had appeared in the film Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise, but was unavailable on CD until the release of the Pioneers album. Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy covered the song for the 1993 album Muppet Beach Party. Ray Stevens, in 2012, covered the song on his 9-CD Encyclopedia of Recorded Comedy Music project. Mud recorded the cover version in 1982. A Brazilian version, a little faithful to the original, titled Bikini de Bolina Amarelina Tar Pound O Pequenino, was a hit in 1960 when it was sung by Ronnie Cord, and had some re-recordings, as Blitz's 1983 version. A Spanish version, titled Bikini Amarillo, very faithful to the original, was an enormous hit for Mexican singer Mana Loma with plus or minus Oz in the 1960s. A Finnish version, titled Pikku Pikku Bikinissa Currency was sung by Pko Manola in 1961. A Serbian version was sung by Ljiljana Petrova in 1962, with the title Bikini za Angstrom 3/4 Utin Torka Karma. In 1983, the British group Echo and the Bunnymen composed and recorded the song Do It Clean, released on Porcupine album, which lyric lines were inspired by the Hylands hit, Itsy Bitsy Witsy Izzy Everywhere / I've Been Here and I've Been There. In 1987, it was sung in Greek by Polina, with the title I paragraph I 1/4 I euro I to the first I 1/2 I to the first, in her album I 1/4 I micron I cubed I to the first I plus or minus I micron I florin I to the first I in micron I micron I. Another cover version was El Cohet Americano, a Cuban propaganda song sung by Las Dada in album de la Revolución Cubana. A Bulgarian version called Tulip-themed bathing suit sung by the children group Sparrows contains kids-friendly comic lyrics. In the lyrics a girl falls in love with a boy impressed by his tulip-themed swimming suit among other things. In Croatian, there is a cover by the group trio Tivide, titled simply Bikini. With lyrics in Swedish by Carl Lennart, Lil Babs recorded the song. At the beginning of 2006 a parody of the song was used for a TV Easy magazine advert entitled I Need an Itsy Bitsy Teenie Weenie TV Easy Magazine. Gar 1/4 NTHER's Teenie Weenie String Bikini, see also, List of Hot 100 number 1 singles of 1960, List of number 1 singles from the 1990s, references.